Greetings everybody. I hope you're good. Today we're just going to be analyzing Dogecoin. So let's get straight into it. As you know, when it comes to analysis, it's probably best to start off right at the monthly chart and then work your way down to whichever chart it is that you execute at in terms of making a trade. So let's get right into it. As you can see here, I've got the monthly chart of Dogecoin. And the first thing that I can see is that we have I just want to show you, just hold on for a bit. We have this candle over here, which is a bearish candle with a small body and a long lower wick. So what this immediately tells me is that we have some liquidity just below that particular candle at this level here. I'll show you just now. Here. So in other words, this candle is a liquidity grab candle. What this means is that at some point price has to go down to that level to collect some liquidity before actually going up. So I'll just mark this red in color. There we go. Right. Another thing that's of interest to me is this particular zone over here. We seem to have a very strong resistance area over here, so I'm just going to mark it as well. Like this. There we go. All right. Then from here, I don't see anything else that's of interest that much, so I'll just head on over to the weekly chart. Okay, here's the weekly chart. The first thing that I can see here on this weekly chart is that we had an information here. We had the first leg, and then price went down to the neckline of the information, went up again, and then formed the second leg of the information. It got here, or rather it got here, and then it went back again to retest the neckline of the information, and price will continue to go down. Right, that's fine. One other thing that I can see that's of interest is this particular candle over here, which is a bullish candle with a long upper wick. What this immediately tells us is that we have candle filling that needs to take place at this area. Just the same as we had in this area right here. So what I'll do now is I will mark this particular area just for future use. It's a very important area. Do this. I'm just going to mark it yellow in color. There we go. All right. Looking at the weekly chart, once again, I can see that we have another area of interest over here. Let me just enlarge it a bit. This particular candle here is also a bullish candle with a small body and a long upper wick, which also tells us that we have liquidity that needs to be grabbed over here at this level by the market. So I'm just going to mark it as well. There we go. Let's continue. Okay, another thing that's quite interesting is that we also seem to have an inverted head and shoulders pattern that's developing here. If you look from this point to this point would be the left hand shoulder. Price went back up, came down again to form the head. Price went up again and came down again, and it seems that it's in the process of forming the right hand shoulder. Let me just plot lines so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So that would be, just make it a different color. Okay, there we go. And then we have the shoulder forming. Then we've got the head. Then we have price retracing, and then we have what seems to be the right hand shoulder forming, but it's not yet complete. Ideally, I'd like to see it at least come to this level over here before we can see something like this. Yeah. As we said earlier, price needs to come to this red line at some point, at least to grab some liquidity before going up, you know. Yeah, so this is what I would like to see actually, but for now the right hand shoulder is still in development. It's not yet complete, so we can just for now ignore this head and shoulders pattern, but at the back of our minds we need to remember that we have what seems to be a head and shoulders pattern developing, right? Then from here we can head to the daily chart. Okay, so this is the daily chart. Immediately I can see that at this zone here, or rather this particular candle, it's a bullish candle with a small body and a long upper wick. So what this tells us, just like with the previous liquidity candles, is that there's a lot of liquidity at this particular level here, at the 0.2105 level. You know, I'm not going to mark it, but it's a very important level. You know, let's continue. On our daily chart, we also have to add our channel. In this manner, your channel has to be accurate. So the quality of your analysis will be directly proportional to the results, I believe. So you have to make sure that your analysis is 100% all the time to increase your chances of being profitable within this business of trading, right? So there we go. We have our daily channel, which suggests that price is actually downward sloping. You know, just gonna make it bigger. And what else do I see? I see that at this candle as well, we have candle filling that needs to take place, like I explained earlier with the previous candlesticks, right? So it's a very important level here, right? But for now, I'm just gonna focus on this area over here, right? What I can see happening is we have a head and shoulders pattern forming, right? Let me just plot it just for you to see exactly what I'm talking about. The left hand shoulder, and then we had price coming down to form the shoulder, right? And then we had the formation of the head. Here's the head, and then price came down once more to complete the formation of the head in this manner. Then price went back again to form the right hand shoulder. Just bear with me. So there we go, right? However, this particular move is not yet completed. Ideally, I would love to see price coming over to the zone which we spoke about earlier, and which would form the completion of the head and shoulders pattern, you know. But what else can I see? Just looking at this particular chart, I can see that at this level right here, we have candle filling once more, right? This particular candle rather, which is a bullish candle with a small body and a long upper wick. Let me just quickly highlight that level, because it's a very important level. What we may see actually is price heading to that level to grab some liquidity before actually heading down to the red line, which we spoke about multiple times earlier, which is the zone over here, right? So we should start to look for selling opportunities, but we first need confirmation. Another thing that I'm seeing on this particular chart is that at this particular level over here, we have a very strong level of support. So I'm just going to do this, mark it out. Remember, guys, that support is not a line. It's an area where price bounced multiple times. It's not one price level like a 0.1393 level. It's a zone, so I can say this particular zone right here is my support area, right? Why do I say it's a very strong support area? It's because we had price bouncing here, coming down, going up again to retest the level, coming down a bit, and then it broke that level, making that level a support area, and then it came back to retest the support, and then price went back again up, came back to retest that support, it went back up again, and it came to retest it again. So it's a very strong area of support, so ideally I would like to see price break this. Let me just fix it a bit. Just bear with me. There we go. I would love to see price close below this level on the daily chart. Then I would start looking for selling opportunities to this zone over here, right? So let's, from this point, move on to the 4-hour chart. Okay, so here we have the 4-hour chart. So what do we do on the 4-hour chart? The first thing that we do here is add our channels as well, just like we did with the daily chart, right? I can see that price is in an upward move over here, so I'm just going to add a channel. So add it in this manner. Okay, there we go. You can also see that price seems to be at this point forming a W formation, right? This would be the first leg of the W. Price then went up, came back to the zone. It now seems to be ranging. Let me just add the neckline of the W formation. Right. So that's the neckline of the W formation. I'm just also gonna add the first leg just for illustration purposes. just want to make it a different color so it's clear. Let me stick to the pink. Okay, that's the first leg of the W formation, right? And then we have price returning to the neckline, right? And then from there, price returning back to the zone that it had tested at, which is also in line with the channel, and price heading back up to the neckline once again. Right? That's the W. However, it is not yet safe to enter because we need to wait for confirmation. Right? So what I would do is wait for price to actually, on this particular 4-hour chart, close above this level right here. Once price closes above this level, I would love for it to actually continue going up a bit and then coming back to retest the neckline. In this manner. Here I would then wait for a reversal candlestick, such as a pin bar, or any candle that closes in a bullish, or rather that closes as a bullish candle, and then I would enter my trade. My TP would be this zone over here, which we spoke about earlier, where we said that it's an area of high liquidity and price needs to hit over here before actually going down to that level that we spoke about earlier, which is here, right? And once that also happens, it'll continue with the head and shoulders pattern, which is in blue here, which we spoke about earlier, on the daily chart. As you can see, everything seems to be in alignment, but at this point in time, you should not be doing anything. There are no opportunities as far as I'm concerned, no safe opportunities, to be a bit more precise. I would wait for price to get to this level, come back here, give me a signal for a buy, and then I would buy to this point, right? Once I get here, I can also start looking for possible selling opportunities once I get to this level here, or once price gets to this level here. I would start looking for possible selling opportunities, right? Such as the formation of another M or reversal candlestick patterns, and then should I sell over here, I would again look for further selling opportunities once prices closes below the zone over here, and then my target area would be this area over here, and that would be the completion of the head and shoulders pattern that we spoke about on the daily chart. I'm just gonna mark this blue as well, and that would be it as far as our analysis goes. It would look something like this. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys for watching.